Bleacher Report provided some juicy projections for Aaron Rodgers, realistic projections. We talk about them and why, even if these realistic projections come true, the New York Jets are going to make some noise in 2024.
Zoinks! It is unequivocally the Super Bowl for New York Jet fans.
Field Yates, baby. Field gosh darn Yates. Let's bring him on the show.
Come on, people. Connor Rodgers is joining the show. What's up, Connor? But Trevor gosh darn Sycamore, baby, for me, personally, my favorite New York Jet of all time.
Wow, it's great to be on. What an intro that was right there.
Paul, nobody does an intro like you, man.
Paul, you give the best intro of literally any podcast that I've ever been.
I'm gonna lose my gosh darn bananas.
What's poppin', everybody? Paul Edston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video program. Also available wherever you get your podcast. If you prefer the audio-only version, just go wherever you find your podcast. Just search Boy Green Daily. Boom, it'll pop up right there shortly after each episode airs. And boy, oh boy. You know, this week's going to be fun. We're going to have the schedule released later this week. We'll have a ton of content on that, so keep an eye out for that. I'm looking forward to breaking down the schedule in juicy detail. But before we get to all that jazz, Aaron Rodgers stat projections. We have a full article in the YouTube description down below if you'd like to click and follow along, because there's going to be a lot of numbers thrown around. I want you to keep up with the rest of the class. Christopher Knox of Bleacher Report put together some quote-unquote realistic expectations for several injured NFL stars, including our boy, Aaron Rodgers, and what could happen. And here are the numbers. Now, I will tell you, before I even say the numbers, that they won't be historic from an NFL perspective, but they're historic from a Jets franchise perspective. More on that in just a minute, but let's get right into it. His stat projection was Aaron Rodgers would have 17 starts. By the way, quick timeout, quick detour. After playing all 4 plays last year, give me 17 games. That sounds phenomenal so far. So, excellent. 17 starts. I'm in. 4,200 passing yards, 4,211 passing yards. Okay, more on that in a minute. 26 touchdowns to 10 picks. All right, not too bad. Almost a 3-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. I likey. And then a 95.5 quarterback rating for old Aaron Rodgers. Those are the juicy stats. Like I said, from a league perspective, if you compare that to the quarterback numbers last year, Rodgers would have placed number 6 in the league in passing yards, 9th in passing touchdowns. He would have been tied for 20th with the 10 picks. Rodgers would have placed 10th best in the NFL in that QBR stat. So again, they're average, relatively speaking, outside of the passing yards being a little bit higher. But overall, it's kind of average. It's a middle-of-the-road quarterback for some of these numbers last year, but they would annihilate Jets franchise records. I think you guys already know this, but I'll let you know anyway. We only have one 4,000-yard pass in our history, and it was the first one in the game of football. Joe Namath, 1967, 4,007 yards. He was the first quarterback in NFL history to ever throw for 4,000 yards. Have that in your bingo card for a future trivia question, number one. Number two, he did it in 14 games. We got 17 games now. And then let's add another one in the mix here. So he would join in on that action. So he'd be only the second quarterback in team history to throw for over 4,000 yards, which, by the way, we'll get into some of the numbers. That's not crazy, again, from an NFL perspective, but would be crazy from a Jet perspective. His 26 passing touchdown would be tied for third best all-time in Jets franchise history. Again, that's what all of these numbers are. These are team-based stats, not league-based stats. So keep an eye on that as we're going through this exercise. Only 2 times. So I've heard this. When I put this out in the universe, the statistics to the fans, I've had a lot of reactions since last night, since I tweeted it out. And one of the reactions was 10 interceptions. Paul, Rodgers ain't throwing 10 interceptions. Like, that's way too many. Whatever. Again, these are Christopher Knox Bleacher Report projections, but I'll just tell you this. You think the 10 interceptions are a lot. In Jets franchise history, for a quarterback that started in 16 games, only 2 times in Jets franchise history has a quarterback started 16 games for the Jets and has thrown 10 interceptions or fewer. It's only happened twice, and you'll recognize the name. It's Ken O'Brien who did it both times. Ken O'Brien did it in 1985 and he did it in 1990. It was far more impressive in 85 because with his 8 picks were 25 passing touchdowns. Okay, 25 touchdowns, 8 picks, sign me up. In 1990, he only had 10, or he had 10 picks, but only 13 passing touchdowns. So a lot uglier in 1990, but sexy in 1985. So even the number that some people are making fun of Aaron Rodgers for in these projections, like 10 picks, that's a lot. It's actually not compared to Jets franchise history numbers. It actually fits pretty well there. And I'll tell you, Aaron Rodgers, this QBR projection would annihilate Jets franchise history. In terms of QBR, the previous high for a Jets quarterback who started 16 games was Chad Pennington in 2006, who had a 64.2. Rodgers' projections in this Bleacher Report thing are 95.5. So again, the Jets quite literally have never seen a quarterback like this in their history. And this isn't to demean the past. It's just to say the facts. And here's the big thing here. So before the show today, and I'll answer some of your questions or comments, so keep them coming. I want Aaron Rodgers to annihilate every single season Jets franchise record from a passing perspective. And I have 2 of them of importance right here on this notebook in front of me. It is Joe Namath, 4,007 yards. And I want to bury the Joe Namath one. It's nice. It's a really cool stat. I know all those numbers off the top of my head. That's really cool. But the one I really want him to bury, I want him to bury both, but the one I really want him to bury is Ryan Fitzpatrick, who is currently, it's disgusting to say this, the single season passing touchdown leader. As a matter of fact, Ryan Fitzpatrick is the only quarterback in Jets franchise history that has thrown over 30 passing touchdowns in a single season. Again, that's gross. He threw 31 touchdowns in 2015. Now, for Aaron Rodgers to beat both of those numbers, just edge him out, have 4,008 passing yards, to have 32 touchdowns, he needs to average 235.76 passing yards per game, which I think all of us would agree is a pretty average number from that perspective. And then for the 32 touchdowns, 1.88 touchdowns a game. Unfriggin' believable, baby. So, yeah, the numbers are totally realistic, totally there for Rodgers. And I'll tell you this. While these aren't MVP numbers for Rodgers, and by the way, I have every MVP season of Aaron Rodgers' career here. Here are MVP numbers. I gave you all the numbers for Rodgers' projections. Aaron Rodgers has 4 MVPs in his history. Here are what those seasons look like. 4,600 passing yards, 45 touchdowns, 6 picks, 68% completion percentage. So it's 2011. 2014, 4,300 yards, 38 touchdowns, 5 picks, 65% completion percentage. So let's go to the back-to-back MVPs that just happened recently. 2020, 4,200 passing yards, 48 touchdowns to 5 picks, and he completed 71% of his passes. Ridiculous. And then 2021, 4,100 yards, 37 passing touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and 68.9% completion percentage. The reason why I say all these numbers is this, is that while all of this hoopla is going on from the projections and that it wouldn't be an MVP level according to the big overall league, I don't care about that. That would be cool, and there's a chance Rodgers can go crazy, and all of a sudden we're talking about some wild numbers here. But even if he does the quote-unquote realistic numbers that Christopher Knox said, folks, the Jets are going to be in the AFC East race. They're going to be in the playoffs. They're going to be in the Super Bowl conversation. The Jets have never had a quarterback put up those kinds of numbers on this team. It just hasn't happened. It just has not happened, especially paired with everything else. The defense, the skill players, the offensive line. We've never had a quarterback like this in our history, which increases that ceiling to an unbelievable level. An unbelievable level. That's what fires me up. And again, out of all the stats, and I think someone said it, there it is, NC. Stats aside, if Rodgers stays healthy for 17 games, God bless America. And that's really what I feel. It's hard for me to envision Aaron Rodgers just falling off a cliff and appearing in all 17 games and just sucking. That doesn't seem like that's within my brain of the realistic possibilities or opportunities. But again, if he can just stay healthy, and I think it'll be a lot easier with the team that's constructed. The team's going to be in a pretty good spot. So these numbers are juicy. Very juicy. Let's see. Paul, what would Namath's numbers be if he played 17? I can do that quick math. Let's see here. Okay. Let's go. 14, and then times it by 17. Wow, is that right? 4,007 divided by 14 is that times 17. Oh my. Namath's numbers today would be 4,800 passing yards. Yeah, I'm not sure if that should be the projection that Rodgers to get. Sign me up, by the way, if he does do that, because he threw for 4,007 in 14. So yeah, that'd put him at nearly 5,000 passing yards. Unbelievable. Yeah, sign me up if he's going to do that. Let's see. If you're a true fan, you can only be a fan of one team. You can only like other. Wait. If you're a true fan, this FPP on YouTube. If you're a true fan, you can only be a fan of one team. You can only like other teams. True. Yeah, for me, obviously, with the decor and my gear on a day-to-day basis, I am a New York Jets fan through and through, diehard. I support the Dallas Cowboys for my dad, but not a fan of anything. Like, you can't have an AFC team, NFC team. I see some people do that. No. It's one team. That's how it works. Yeah, and Phil says that's how special Namath was. That's a cool way to do it. I had never done it that way before, but yeah, that's fascinating. And that's why Namath, I hope, deserves a lot of love for that. Let me go to the top to try to get through. There's a lot of questions here at the top. Shout out to all the graduates. Yes, graduates this weekend. I have a college right in my town, SUNY Oswego, where I also graduated. Yeah, shout out to all the graduates. I hope everyone enjoyed a beautiful Mother's Day yesterday. Yes. Max Power. What's this beautiful man going to teach us today? Statistics, some math. There you go. A little bit of that. OTAs next week. That's right. May 20th. It is a week from today is when Jets OTAs start. And we have a couple weeks of that through June and then the mandatory minicamp. And then we have a big gap of time. Ricky, New York. Terrible morning so far. Looking forward to a good show to change the tone, hopefully. And I'll tell you, that's really what these kind of, and that sucks for you, Ricky. I hope your morning gets better. That I hope shows like this can take you away from whatever crappiness might be happening in your life, that hopefully this can provide some reprieve and some laughs and some whatever. That's what I hope this show can do. That's what I feel about my Sports Talk Radio show, which, by the way, again, a reminder, Jake Asman, for any of you Knicks fans. Yikes. Wow, that changed real quick. 2-0. Well, we're going to sweep their ass. And then all of a sudden it's 2-2. Oh, hey now. But Jake Asman will be joining me on my radio show at 11:30 today in Syracuse to talk New York Knicks. So keep an eye out for that. That'll be on the radio. Jared B. asks, why did the Jets seem to have rookie minicamp so much earlier than other teams? I know last year they were a week ahead of other teams because of the Hall of Fame game. No, actually, that wasn't why, actually, Jared B. That's OTAs and such you're talking about. Rookie minicamp teams had the choice. You have like a choice of I think it's 2 or 3 weekends, like immediately after draft, 2 weeks after, 3 weeks after. So all the teams have the choice and they can pick whatever. There's no rhyme or reason from that perspective. The training camp report date was a week earlier because of the Hall of Fame game, but that had nothing to do with the rookie minicamp. But that's why. Every team have a choice, and they just chose it then. And she says, I'd take those numbers right now. As would I, baby. As would I. Johnny Boy, good morning. How are you, pal? Let's go to Ricky. Paul, any info on the dismissal of Leon Washington? Yeah, I do want to clarify. Leon's one of my boys. I love Leon. He follows me here on Twitter. I've been a big fan of Leon since his playing days, obviously. And then the Seminole package. We got all kinds of fun stuff. He was not dismissed. I think that makes it sound like he was fired or something. His contract was not renewed, and it expired in January. And this sort of thing happens in the coaching ranks where contracts expire and then they move on. And that's what happened to most of the coaches that the Jets let go this offseason. They just didn't renew their contracts. Some were let go, and I can't remember which one. There was someone on the offensive staff that they straight up said, yeah, pursue other opportunities. That may have been Zach Azani, who ended up being the Steelers wide receiver coach. Like, they openly let him leave because assuming they didn't want him. But they just did not renew his contract. Now, why didn't they? I have no idea. Brant Boyer, for obvious reasons, gets a lot of benefit of the doubt. I hate it personally because Leon was a great player, wildly intelligent. I keep resharing that clip. It was a random Jets-Bills game from 16 years ago. there's a kickoff ball that was going near the out-of-bounds line, and Leon knew the loophole in the rules that if he stepped out of bounds and then, boop, touched the ball, technically the ball was kicked out of bounds, even though it really wasn't. And he got a lot of credit for that on the broadcast of, wow, how intelligent was Leon Washington. But not a lot of people know that. But that's just a random example of how smart Leon is with the rule book and everything. And it seemed like he had a lot of fun at the Senior Bowls and stuff when he was getting to coach the players and getting to work on that stuff in the past, not this past year. So, no, I have no new intel on it. I'd like to know new intel. I know Brian Kaz broke the story, but he didn't really have any details in his article on why. Yeah, confusing. Not sure. Have not heard anything. I've tried to dig in a little bit, but I haven't gotten any answers. So I love Leon. Yeah, I wish he was still here. I think the players can really benefit from a former player, someone they can relate to, and someone who has a lot to give back the game in my mind. Jackson Valente, Jets, Jets, baby. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Jared B. Ken O'Brien, Ken Noble. You can make those. Connections. Ken O'Brien. Which by the way, I know everyone says he was a bust and this other stuff because of you didn't get Dan Marino in that 1983 draft, but we need to put more respect on Ken O'Brien's name. Was he Dan Marino? Obviously not. But Ken O'Brien was really good, man. I really hope we give that man his flowers. That 85 season, 25 touchdowns, 8 picks. Come on, some of the battles of Dan Marino, the Wesley Walker 4-touchdown game. Like, come on, man. Let's show some respect. Let's see. Yeah, again, if you're a fan of one team. Like, the only exception to that rule, and that's only sort of, is I give you a little bit more leeway in college where there's like 300 teams or 150 teams if you start mixing divisions. Like, okay, you want to be a little lax on that. Like, for instance, for me, I'm a Notre Dame fan because of my father. I've been covering Syracuse here for the last 16 years since I moved here, so I've got connections to Syracuse. So, like, I've got a couple of different ones. So you guys can make fun of me for that, I guess. But, yeah, college, I give you a little bit more leeway. But, like, baseball, 30 teams, NBA, 32 teams. You go through all these different sports. Like, come on now. NBA, 30 teams. Yeah, come on. No, sir. That kid, with how stacked the AFC is this year, we need more than 11 wins. No excuses. I don't think we'll need more than 11 wins, to be honest with you. It would be fun to get 13, 12 wins. I think the AFC East will be won somewhere in that 10, 11 range, is my guess. I think everyone will try to beat up on each other a little bit. That's my guess. Ravens set Chiefs to open up the season. Is that official? Did that just come in, Jackson Valente? Yeah, let me know. I'm a little behind on the comments, but I assume they're going to start leaking a lot of the games. Not leaking, that's a bad way to say it. Revealing? I know. I think we'll know the Jets London one coming up here shortly. I think so ahead of time. Let's see. Yeah, one team. That's how I feel. David Aaron says, I'd take 3,000 yards and lean on the ground and pound it until playoffs, take the TB12 crumple in the face of a pass rush and live to see another drive. Yeah, I always thought Tom Brady was a big puss, to be honest, when he was doing that. But to be honest, like, the sack's going to happen, and we don't know. Can Rodgers evade rushers the same way he used to? Because he wasn't Lamar Jackson or anything, but he could evade one or two rushers, get out the pocket, keep the play alive. I'd rather, like, him dirt it, like, throw it at the feet of a wide receiver tight end before the hit. Because, like, that's going to be the big scary one, I think, for us, the fans, and maybe for Rodgers himself. That first hit he takes, we're like, okay, he's fine. And he says, okay, I'm fine. Like, getting through that. So, yeah, I don't think it'll be 3,000 flat. That would be, what's the math on that real quick? Yeah, that would be too low, but let's see. Yeah, there'd be 176 passing yards per game. I don't think we're getting that, Rodgers, but I understand the sentiment, though, that, like, you don't have to. Aaron Rodgers doesn't have to carry this team. He doesn't have to be Superman. Clark Kent is perfectly fine. Absolutely fine, quite frankly, for this team and the construct of this. As Ralph says, we don't need 4,800 passing yards. We have ground and pound offense with the surgical passing games. That's right. Oh, it is official. Okay, I just got the notification. Ravens Chiefs. Oh, what a friggin' phenomenal game that is. September 5th at Arrowhead. AFC Championship rematch. Nice. Oh, that's a great game to kick off this season. That's sexy. We could talk about that for a bunch of months. That's a very nice job. I'm surprised because it's interesting. The NFC Championship rematch that we got last year, 49ers Eagles, they saved that for like week 10, week 11, week 12 on like Monday Night Football. So it's interesting they chose that. They're swinging for the fences, baby. They're not playing around with the Chiefs Ravens game right off the top. Very nice. Tio, Uncle VR says, good morning, Boy Green, and everyone in the chat. Salute. Yeah, I was watching your guys' show last night, Sunday Shenanigans. Some great Jet stuff. They're doing the top 5 motherfuckers in Jets history. And they both had different perceptions of that list. That was a fun show. You guys should recheck that out. Ooh, Darren, how about them Knicks? All the Pacers people are coming in. Oh, boy. Yikes. That's uncomfortable. Donald says, I'm a fan of the Jets for life, but I also support the Jets because of my dad, but that doesn't mean I'm a fan of the Giants. That's fair. Yeah, like I support the Cowboys for my dad, but if the Jets and Cowboys are playing, you know where my allegiance is. And where it was last year, week 2, actually, when we were in AT&T. And see, Nick's unfortunately done. Just too many injuries to overcome. That could be. Let's see. I didn't get to catch the game yesterday live. I was running around for Mother's Day, but I know OG Anunoby missed the first one. I assume he missed that one too. We'll see. David Aaron says, Boy Green, when you finally tie the knot and have kids of your own, will you call them the BGs? The B-52s, maybe. I don't know. That's a good question. We'll see. I don't know. I will find out in a couple weeks whether it's a boy or girl. I have no idea right now. No clue. I think we'll know at the end of the month. I think there's going to be some sort of gender reveal party, and I'll let you guys know as soon as I know. Jay-Z Jets fan. You and Jake never take breaks. Much respect to the two of you. Yeah, I know there's some Jet channels out there that go on a hiatus during the summer. I have no plans to do that. I really enjoy doing this, so we'll get some creative topics. Give you guys something to watch and get you through everything. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Down on the other side, the Knicks are not done. They'll pull through this. We'll see if that's true. Syracuse men's lacrosse going to the quarterfinals. First time in a while. Shout out to the Syracuse lacrosse program, no doubt. Very nice. Yeah. Back to where Syracuse lacrosse was great a long time ago. Oh, NC still remembers that play from Leon I'm talking about. 100%. Man, I was just – but at first the broadcasts were confused, like, what is Leon doing? Like, what an idiot. And then he did it, and then the ref wasn't sure. That's when you know. When you do a thing and then say, hey, ref, throw the flag. Yeah, read the rule book, pal. The player knew the rules more than the ref, and the ref did a huddle up real quick. You know, they didn't have the camera in there. Oh, my God, do you believe this bastard? Is he right? He's right. All right. Throw the flag. Illegal kick out of bounds. Leon Watcher. He was such a smart player. Fun, exciting, return man, do it all running back. Oh, awesome. And those are the crazy things. The draft, I told the story before, but I'm pretty sure this is how I remember it. The Jets draft Joe McKnight out of USC, God rest his soul. And I'm like, Joe McKnight? Zoinks? Huh? What? And I'm like, what about Leon? A few minutes later, Leon has been traded to the Seattle Seahawks. I'm like, son of a... Yeah, sad. I didn't want to see him in another uniform, but it is what it is. John Sawyer says, Leon will always be in the hearts of Jet fans. Good luck to him. Yeah, hopefully he gets another opportunity. Leon was coached up by Mike Westhoff. I will tell you guys this. We're supposed to have Mike Westhoff on last year. I'm going through his book, which you guys should check out, like figure it out. And it's a great book. I've been taking notes throughout the whole thing. I got a bunch of questions for Mike. We'll probably have him on this summer, so I'm looking forward to it. And I want to pick his brain about a lot of stuff. So look forward to Mike Westhoff. That should be a lot of fun. You get smart like that when you go to a great college, baby. That's for sure. Very nice. Baltimore Chiefs. Again, I love seeing you guys reacting to that now because I'm catching up on the chat. I'm a few minutes behind on the chat here. I'm catching up, but that's an awesome season opener. Friggin' phenomenal. A+ home run. They did not, last year they got a little cute with the Chiefs Lions. The Lions are this up-and-coming team. Like, let's see what they do. And there was a great choice ultimately. But this one is just a banger. Banger after banger after banger. Like, that's a booyah. Ravens Chiefs. Very nice. Let's see. Yeah, elusive without being a scrambler is what Rodgers is. That's 100% right, Michael Dunn. Yes. Ralph, I would like to get the 49ers for week 1. Yeah, to reiterate, this is my take on the schedule, although we'll have a few more days here and some shows and some stuff to have some fun with it. The Jets one, I would be surprised if that gets announced early, the week 1 game anyway. I think their London one will be announced, and maybe we'll get the Black Friday thing early, but we'll see. I believe it's going to be Jets-Bills, run it back. Do it wherever it's going to be, week 1 Monday Night Football. I think ESPN will get it again. Say, hey, we were kind of gypped. We were going to get the Rodgers debut. It didn't work out. Like, the game was still great, but, we wanted Rodgers. We won the bid, and we won it. So I think it's going to be Jets-Bills, run it back, rematch. That's what I believe. What I want is what you want, Ralph. I want the 49ers. Give me the smoke. Right off the bat, San Francisco. First off, you get... It goes so first off, it sets the tone for the season. You're going for the jugular, going for an awesome team. Number 1, I love that. I'm an aggressive guy. Let's go. Number 2, that's a West Coast road trip. I'd much rather have that week 1 than like week 7, because in week 1, the preseason ends 2 weeks before that. So you have plenty of time, even if you wanted to show up to San Francisco early to try to mitigate the travel and things. You wouldn't have that luxury in the middle of a season, because let's say the Jets play on Monday Night Football against the Bills week 1. I'm making this up. They play against Buffalo Bills Monday Night Football week 1. Then week 2, short week, they immediately turn around and play, let's say, the 49ers on the road. Ooh, that's not ideal. Short week, travel to the other side. You see what I mean? So those things can happen. But I think it's going to be Bills. I want it to be 49ers on the road. Let's go. NC, Boy Green, any guests to run through the schedule when it's out? I'm working on some stuff. I'll keep you guys posted. I will keep you guys posted. We'll have hopefully some fun stuff. I'm balancing a few things, but I'll let you guys know. Sadly, Zach was Jimmy Olsen at quarterback the whole time. Whap, whap, whap. I assume Taylor Swift will be there, but I'm not sure. But good question. Yeah, Friday, Eagles-Packers. That's the Brazil one. First Friday night football game for the NFL to kick off a season in 50 years. Sign me up. Oh, I can't wait for the season, baby. Ricky, New York. Not week 1, but early. I want San Francisco following our Thursday night game so we get extra days to prepare. The Jets are definitely going to be on the Thursday night slate, so that could be interesting. Yeah, that's a creative way to do it, to get that extra help. Maybe they will. What's everyone drinking for coffee? I'm not a coffee guy. I've never had coffee, but there you go. David A. B-52's already been to the Love Shack. Tin Roof rested. I did actually just listen to that's funny you mentioned that. I just listened to the Love Shack on the way home. I took my my beautiful daughter and my beautiful fiance. We went out for a big Mother's Day yesterday, doing all kinds of craziness on the way home. The Love Shack, baby. A lot of Love Shack happening there. That's how I have all these children. You're welcome, God. All right, let's see. Phil is amazed how far the Knicks have gotten with this injury-riddled team. Yeah, we'll see how much more they can overcome. Maybe they could get some health back now that the series shifts back to Madison Square Garden. Wesley Walker, yes, some love there. Very nice. Oh, yes, a good history with Leons and the Jets. That's true. Bruce Harper, there you go. That's a good one. That's a good callback. Yeah, some people don't believe that the Jets can win week 1 against the 49ers. Again, let's roll it out and see what happens. That's what I say. Dark roast, French roast, a lot of roast. Yeah, this is a good warning, by the way, to throw this out to the universe. We're already getting a lot of the Fugazi schedules, the schedule leak and this and that. Sometimes it's real. Most of the time it's not. I'm going to be honest. What I try to do is avoid seeing any of that, unless it just is a full leak, like you get Brian Costello or Rich Cimini. One of these guys just got to look at the schedule. We get it early. If in that case, I'm like, all right, I'll take a peek. I tried not to do that a couple years ago. I tried to avoid it and just watch it at 8 o'clock. We all react to it together, but I think that'll be impossible now in the current life that we have. Too bad Jets don't play in Germany. They will play in London. I am fairly certain of that. Let's see. No schedule predictions, Paul. Like a full schedule prediction? I guess we could do that for a show. I'll put that in my notes here if that's something you guys want. Let's go full schedule prediction. All right. I will put that in the notes. Schedule prediction. I'll do that somewhere before. I got like schedule prediction nuggets. Like I said, I believe they're going to have 7 standalone games, 5 maximum prime time, plus the 2 extra, which is the Black Friday game and the London game. So there's a prediction. I believe they're going to get 7 standalone games this season. That's my prediction. And maybe more if they're killer late in the year. That's what I would say. All right, let's. I will open up the call line. I'll do this real quick for you guys before we wrap up the show. But very nice. It's a beautiful Monday. I'm excited. Getting ready. The schedule is going to be awesome. I love these little juicy nuggets. It'll be fun to kind of dive through. Oh yeah, I can't wait. So Ravens Chiefs. That's very nice though. All right, here we go. Video call in link, baby. There you go. Just dropped it in the chat as the now pinned comment on YouTube, and I'll repeat my same shish kebab that I normally say. If you're watching on one of the other platforms, Facebook or Twitter, you guys got to go over to YouTube, youtube.com/boygreen25. Click the pinned message, baby, to call into the show. Appreciate you. Keep the calls coming. And make sure to the 400 people that are in the room currently, like the video, hit subscribe, baby. Help the channel grow. It was fun like 2 weeks ago, excuse me, to have RG3 on, and we're swinging for some other guests, so stay tuned. I'm working on some stuff behind the scenes. Any hoozle. All right, let's go to the phone lines. We've got our waving friend Bobby joining us. What's up, Bobby?
How
Good
you
morning.
doing, Paul? Can you do me
Excellent.
a favor today?
Yeah, sure.
Don't tell Jake I'm calling in today, okay?
I can't hear you.
Don't tell Jake I'm going to call into your show today.
Okay, I will not.
Okay, yours is 11:30 today, you said, right?
Yeah, my interview with Jake is at 11:30. That's correct.
Okay, don't tell him. It's a surprise.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, I hope you're right. I hope they have the 49ers. That will prove that if we Jets beat the 49ers, that gives them an upper hand, you know?
Yeah, sure. That'd be great.
'Cause
That'd
I
be a good
think
way to
that,
kick
like
off the season.
like you said, a lot of players don't play during the preseason anymore anyway. So,
That's
you
true.
know,
Yeah, we only got Rodgers for that like drive or 2, I think. It
yeah,
might have only been that drive. I can't remember. No,
yeah,
I think it was 2 drives. I think he had like a quick 3 and out, and then he had that touchdown. I think those
yeah,
are the
but you
2.
know, Aaron Rodgers doesn't need preseason. A lot of them don't, but still, some of them do, you know.
Right.
Some
Yes.
might be rusty.
Mhm.
I was trying to think, remember that game the Jets played against the 49ers, when in the overtime and the guy ran it all the way back for a touchdown? It's you guys. You couldn't remember who
No,
played
that one I do not remember.
That was in the 90s, I think. Oh man, I
Oh
can't
yeah, that
remember
predate.
that.
Well, not predates me. I was alive, but yeah, it was a
Oh,
little
you're
early for
too
me.
young. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
maybe. I'm old fart. Remember that. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still think the Knicks are gonna win, but
You do.
they might
Okay.
have to win it in 6 now.
Yeah, I would say. Yeah, it's gonna be
We got
6 or
our
7, I guess.
butts whipped yesterday, wicked bad. It was not
Mhm.
good. They
Yeah.
were up by they won by 38, I think, somewhere there.
Yeah, it was brutal. One of the worst
It was
beatdowns
like
I've seen. Yeah.
I know they could even get a shot, and then Indiana's throwing up these threes like magic. They just go in for them,
It's kind of
and then
crazy because
yeah,
I'll talk to Jake Asman about this again. We'll be talking Knicks on my radio show at 11:30. But
yeah,
the Knicks were this close to being up 3-0. It was
I
106,
know,
106, and then you have the crazy 3-pointer from the Pacers. So they were this
yeah,
close. And an NBA team, by the way, that's had a 3-0 lead has never lost in NBA history. So they were this
no,
close, and all of a sudden the series tied. So it just shows you the razor thin margin there.
yeah. But the Celtics lost the other game, so we'll still play your Celtics stuff.
Yeah, we'll see. Right now, my Celtics kind of took care of business, unlike the Knicks. They're up
Yeah,
2-1.
but
We'll
you're
see
two
what they
and
do.
one, aren't you? You're
Yeah,
still
we're
two
about to
and
be up
one.
3-1. We're about to show you guys how it works, baby.
Okay, we'll see. Are they playing at home tonight, or
Let me do my math. No, it'd still be on the road. It'd still be in Cleveland for game 4
you
because
want
I
to
think
hear a
it's
little
2-2,
story?
1-1-1. Yeah, what's
My
up? Go
friend
ahead.
Jack Davis from New York, right?
Uh-huh.
We moved up to New Hampshire in '85, and his family moved up like 3 years later.
Mm-hmm.
So he has this girlfriend named Lisa. Well, I had a crush on her before he did.
Oh, all right.
And then they got married, Now he was a Knicks fan in New York.
Okay.
Now he's a Celtic fan. So
Oh,
that
that's weird.
that don't make me happy. I tell him I go to my physical therapy. She's there. She's a what do you call those doctors with the hands? Occupational therapist.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
that's what
Yeah.
she does. Yeah, I had a big crush on her a long time ago.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep. So yeah, he's a Celtic fan. They go to all the Celtics home games now.
Oh,
They
really?
say
Well,
they
well,
miss.
there's not one tonight. They're on the road in Cleveland. That's tip-off
Yeah.
set for 7 o'clock, and then we got Thunder Mavs. Mavs are up 2-1 in that series, too. That's 9:30 for that one as
I want
well.
the Mavs. I want
Ooh,
Dallas
okay,
Mavs.
sure.
Yeah, I'm taking the Knicks and Mavs in the finals.
All right, that should be fun. All right,
Okay,
cool.
nice
Awesome,
talking to
Bobby.
you. I'll
Well,
talk
look
to you
forward to hearing
around
from you later on the
11:30.
radio show, man.
Yeah, make sure you don't tell Jake. Make
I
him
will not.
surprised.
Our
Yeah.
secret.
Okay, thank you. Talk to you
Yep.
soon.
Yep. See you, Bobby. Oh my God. Anywho, all right, let's keep the phone line calls going. Knicks are garbage. Oh boy, there's got a lot of Knicks hate in the comment section. Yikes. Anywho, let's go back to the phone lines. We got Johnny Boy here on the show. What's up, Johnny?
Hey, what up, brother? How you holding up, man?
Excellent, man. I'm fired up.
Hey, congratulations again. I don't know if anybody
Thank
knows.
you.
First and foremost, bro, that was probably one of the dopest like baby reveal things, or to let everybody know the way you did it and all that. I hope that the Jets media catches wind of that and they put it on one of their like One Jets Drive
Ooh, that'd
top
be cool.
flight shows, dude, because it was produced so well, man. So
Thanks, man.
that was amazing. But
Yeah, I will just say real quick on that, because like people are still asking me. I just want to make sure I clear it up. Like, so when you guys saw Trevor Sikkema of PFF, when you guys saw Connor Hughes of SNY, and you saw Ty Butler, those were not like I didn't grab those from some other place. I reached out to those people ahead of the announcement, said, "Hey, can you fake react to a Jets draft pick that's actually really a baby? And like, I put a script together, we talked about it. I'm like, hey, can we do something here for this?" And they were all interested and they did it. So just to clarify to people, those call-ins I didn't just grab from random other shows. Those are original things for the first time you guys are seeing. So a huge shout out to Connor Hughes, Trevor Sikkema, and Ty Butler. That was awesome for them to play around with me and have some fun with something so cool to help me announce. So I just want to give them all a special shout out.
yeah, man. So everybody's watching, man. If you guys got Twitter, retweet it, put it out,
It's the pin
tag
tweet.
tag all the Jets.
Oh, please do. Yeah.
Let's get our boy up there on the top flight. Maybe Aaron Rodgers gets it, says, "Hey, man, congratulations." Boy
That would
Green.
be crazy. That would be
Congratulations
friggin'
on the
crazy.
sex, right?
If he does that, I'm going to die and just ascend to the heavens. There's nothing else for me to accomplish on this earth. That would be great. So, yeah, guys, light it up. It's my pinned tweet. So, yeah, tag everybody you want. That'd be awesome.
But hey, so kind of going back to what you were talking about in regards of Aaron Rodgers, I feel like Aaron Rodgers will break all the records as long as our line stays healthy. If our line stays healthy, he'll average that, man, very easy. It's a sad, very sad stat that we have as Jet fans. That since Super Bowl III. Joe Namath is the individual who still holds all the offensive freaking passing yardage, touchdowns, and the whole.
It's pretty crazy.
Man. It's nuts. But he will break that. And then the other thing, too, is this is my biggest hot take. Right?
Okay.
Is I was talking on it last night with my Unc VR and Nick and whatnot.
Yep.
Was that Malachi Corley will win Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year over.
Get your odds in. You could get a lot of great money on that. I was looking at the odds the other day. Get some crazy money on that.
Yeah, even though the wide receiving draft class was so big and everybody was so stacked, So I just feel like the better position, the individual that's been put in that, like in a really, really good situation, was Malachi Corley to go ahead and do that. I mean, being in the slot right there, dude. I'm telling you, man, he reminds me, it could be a whole Randall Cobb, Aaron Rodgers thing all over again, man. That dude's just going to be a TD machine. The yardage after the fucking catches are going to be nuts. So it's again something that I think is gonna happen. He has it, man. He's more than just a yak guy too. He does know how to run routes very well. So again, I hope that happens. But hey,
Me too.
congratulations, brother. Keep doing the awesome work that you do for us here at 7:30 in the morning while I'm drinking my cup of coffee, dropping my daughter off to school.
Excellent.
You'll get used to that soon. If it's a boy or girl,
That's true.
I'm team boy, so
okay.
That's why I'm rocking.
We will see. I believe, here's the thing. I was just talking to people yesterday because other people are setting up this gender reveal thing. If it's a boy, whatever, I'll have to do a video or something. But I believe we're spiking a football again, and if you see green, that means it's a boy. So that's how it will signify. Not blue like the normal. It will be green if it's a boy. So okay, get your votes in, people.
Hey, if it's a boy, man, Johnny's a great name. And if it's a girl, Johnita.
Okay, so those are two strong candidates. There's no question about it.
All right, brother. I appreciate you, man. Keep doing your thing, dude.
I appreciate you, Johnny. There you go. And JETS for your daughter. Yeah, that was a cool JETS. All right, a lot of teen boys in here. I'll be honest. At the beginning of this journey, I only wanted 2 children, and I wanted 1 boy and 1 girl. I wanted to have it even, Steven. But like I said, after going through the process with our first child, a healthy baby's all I care about. But yeah, if I have a boy, God, blessed be he. Blessed be he. All right, let me. We're gonna go back to the phone lines. I see they're loaded here. I just want to answer one person's question who came in here, who had. Let me see if I have that number right. I believe 46 is right. And where was that? Okay, 2011. Okay, so let me go to that question. So someone said, Phil, Paul, what's Rodgers' most yards shown in a season? That's his 2011. That was his first NFL MVP award. There was 4,600 yards back in 2011. He has flirted with it a couple of times, but not really. The closest he got was 2018, 4,400 yards. He had 4,400 in 2016. So yeah, he hasn't approached that in a long time. So 4,600 and change is that for Rodgers for those as well. NC, girls are easier to raise till they reach teens than boys. I have 6 of them. Oh, good God. Oh, my. All right. Let's keep the train rolling here. Oh, man. Is this a new backdrop for Ricky, New York? Look at this.
No, it's actually an old one. I've been using some different ones or being lazy and not using any one. But
oh, I see. Okay. I like it. Very nice, man.
Yeah, I had to break this one out again.
Okay,
man, I'll tell you what, I hope we see some passing records like that, but the thing is, Rodgers in Green Bay, he had like Devontae, but that's one good receiver, way back when maybe he had Jordy and Cobb, but dude, I don't think he's ever been loaded across the board like he is now. So hopefully that makes all the difference in the world, with we all know what Garrett can do. But a healthy William Corley, my boy Conklin, I think is going to have a career year. And so I look forward to that. Like we've all said, health is the only thing that can hold us back at this point, I think. So God bless, fingers crossed for that. And
hey, by the way, real quick,
Ricky,
you're kicking my butt in t-shirts. Look, you're rocking the Maine shirt, your Maine Johnson. Come on, man. You've been kicking my ass here. Look at that.
Yeah, unbelievable. Look at that thing.
Look at that. Wow, the autograph and everything. That's a sweet shirt, man. I've not seen that. That's a sweet ass shirt.
T-Public, $16.
Well, that's a good deal.
So,
I could put that one down.
As well as the Quincy one, Mosley one, Conklin one. They even have a Reddick one for the Jets already. Wow. So
cool.
Yeah, that's where I score a lot of the T-shirts.
Nice.
Usually I think they're usually like 21 or something, but every couple of days they put them on sale for 16. So $16, you can't beat that with a stick.
That's right.
But
that's right.
But at any rate, once again, congrats, Paul, and
thanks,
have a great morning, and have a great morning, everybody, and go Jets.
There it is, and hopefully Ricky in New York's day got better. Hopefully it is for all you guys. So phone lines are always open. Feel free. I was about to give the radio call-in line just a second ago. 315-671-1260. You guys can call in. Actually, it's a digital show. There's no literal calling that's happening here. It's you're clicking a link. I'm sorry. I'm programmed in my radio brain. But let's go to this guy. He tried to get in the other day, but I had to run, and now we get him in this time. B-Mac joining us here on the program. Good to see you, brother.
Hey Paul, it's great to see you. It's been a while.
Too long.
I think before the draft we haven't really.
That's right.
And talk. I just want to say, the draft you guys got was great. A lot of people underrated it, but
yes,
you guys got for depth, drafted for depth, not for need.
Yes,
because your roster is already loaded. You know what I mean?
That it is, brother.
I do wish y'all would have got another wide receiver. I was kind of skeptical of the double dipping of the running back deal, but I think y'all gonna wanna. I think y'all trying to be like a powerhouse running team. Because especially in late when it gets cold in December, January.
Which is what they're saying, that I guess the more power backs they want, because they want to close out games. They think they will have leads, and they want running backs to close them out. But I agree with you. That's so. If you want to have a criticism about the draft, it's if this is this great wide receiver draft / great offensive line draft, coming away with one in each category is a bit puzzling. But I'm nitpicking. I don't know.
Yeah. But I do want to bring about the Rodgers thing about his stats. When people forgot in 2019, because I'm a Packers fan, so I know everything.
Yeah.
When it comes to the Packers, you can't fool me. In 2019, right?
Yeah.
Rodgers, we went 13-3. Rodgers had and we went to the championship game. This is the year before we got Jordan Love. Rodgers' stats was 26 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and he barely went over 4,000 yards.
Wow.
I said that to say that if Rodgers, the stats that this guy brought out yesterday, if Rodgers get those like 26 touchdowns and like 10 interceptions, like that's enough. Like y'all can still win 13 or 14 games as long as you got a defense, as long as you got a strong running game. People and I just hate this media. And Dan Orlovsky said this like, "Oh, Rodgers has to be MVP." Like, no, he does not. He does not have to be MVP. If Rodgers' statistic, people kill him for his last year in Green Bay. If Rodgers has those same statistics, 26 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 3,700 yards, y'all will win 10 or 11 games and probably win y'all division. So,
that's how I feel. And I will say this for the people that are, again, and there's a lot of people out there that are saying, boy, Rodgers that season with the Packers. It's one of two things. Either that was a sign of decline and that's it, or he played through an injury and he caught a lot of heat for it. And we'll see what's true. We didn't get to see it last year, obviously. We'll see if that's true this year. But I think you're right. You go to those stats from his bad year that people keep talking about. I guess bad is a pretty relative term when you look at his statistics. Bad for Rodgers is very different than bad for Jets quarterback. So, again, I don't think he has to play at some crazy MVP level. Would it be awesome? Of course. And maybe instantly. It's Peyton Manning his 6 or 7 touchdowns he threw against the Ravens in that Broncos-Ravens opener. We're like, holy friggin' crap. Rodgers is back. Time machine. He hopped in and he's crazy. Maybe we will get that, but I don't think they need that to lead them to the places they need to go.
Yeah, to me, I was, if you're a Jet fan, this typical expectations, this year, and Rodgers has had slow starts in his career, and then turn to the mid-season, he gets off to the run the table year, the RELAX relax year. And then he comes on and turns on the heat. So I just think coming off this injury, him and his age, I think y'all gonna need that running game and that defense to really win y'all games. Like maybe like week 1 to week 4, maybe 5, and then hopefully week 6, week 7, he can really get into things and get in his bag and be the Rodgers that we all know and love. But
I just have no time for your logic, B-Mac. You want us to temper expectations. I don't even know what that means. I cannot temper expectations. It's crazy. But I understand. What you say makes sense, though, that it'll take time. He's older,
Yeah, I'm just being realistic, but I do think that regardless, Rodgers is gonna be fine.
Yes.
He's the least of y'all problems. He's far down on the list of y'all concerns. The only things that's gonna stop you is injuries and coaching.
Yes.
But I do want to say this: Peyton Manning, right? Because you brought up Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning's last year, with the Broncos when they won the Super
God
Bowl.
awful.
People forgot,
terrible.
man. He was trash, man. Like, he was
He
bad.
was Brock Osweiler to step in for a few games. People forget that.
Peyton Manning,
they dragged his limp carcass to that Super Bowl. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Peyton Manning got benched, and they had to sit his old ass down so his arm can rest, and then and then brought him back in,
and it worked. They won a Super Bowl. So
yeah, I mean, like Peyton Manning was like a 10 man. Like, he could barely throw the ball more than 3 yards downfield, and the reason they won the Super Bowl was that defense led by Von Miller and their running game, and Peyton just need to be smart. Yes. I think if now, to me, Rodgers is going to be way better than Peyton was his last year. There's no way Rodgers is going to come back and look like and look like he forgot to play football and look like a shell of himself. But this as long as Rodgers uses his brain, his arm, his smarts, and as long as you got that winning game and that defense, y'all can really go far and win the Super Bowl, man. Like, I do.
I love it.
Unless it's against the Packers.
Oh, I was hoping it was against the Packers, and you were rooting for the Jets. That's kind of what I was hoping for. Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right, boy, Parkling.
Yeah, appreciate you, pal. Thanks for calling in, B-Mac. It's been too long, friend. So feel free to hit it up. We used to do the call-in line only for the post-game show, and the people were asking it for the morning show. I'm like, yeah, what? F it, baby. Let's open up the phone lines for the morning show. We've been doing it most days, so I appreciate that. All right, let's go back to our boy, the architect, the co-host, the face of the franchise for Sunday Shenanigans. It is Tio, Uncle VR, gracing us with his presence in a beautiful dashiki-like shirt there. Very nice. Welcome, my friend. How are you?
How you doing, my friend Paul? First, I want to say congratulations on the reveal. Children are a blessing, and it's a blessing to your family. And I just want to say prayers up and congratulations. You have a beautiful family, and it's awesome, sharing that stuff with us, the Jets contingent. We are family, and we really strive to to really live up to that standard, and you do that with sharing that information. It is very emotional and heartwarming for me as a family man myself, So.
Well, thanks, man. I will tell you, I was holding my daughter last night. This is a crazy, like she fell asleep, and then every once in a while it's weird. If my arm's just kind of laying out, I'm just laying in the bed, then she'll like kind of roll up and like jump into my arms, but like subconsciously because she's asleep, and I'm just holding her. I'm just like, wow, how lucky are we for kids? Like, again, for me, I remember me and my arrogant pre-children stuff. Oh, it's all about me, baby. I'm gonna be the best of the best, or whatever the hell I want to be. And then you have one child, and now blessed to have two later this year. It's just, man, it just hits you different. It's hard to explain to people that don't have children. It's just, it's life-changing. It changes your drive. It sends you to another universe, man. But it's cool. I love that there are some shows I was just watching, it's like a pop culture show that does jokes and comedy and stuff, and they keep a lot of it private. They don't like kind of mixing the line. Like, they draw a line in the sand and say, hey, this is what I talk about, and then I don't talk about any family stuff. And hey, different strokes, different folks. But I just love that, to me, I'm an open book. I love us all sharing our family and love and everything, people calling in and, being vulnerable and stuff. It's cool because I just think that brings us all closer. It's real. It's not just sports. It kind of expands beyond that, which is really cool.
Yeah, most definitely. I just wanted to jump in on the conversation you guys were having about Aaron Rodgers. Mm-hmm. So, for me, Aaron Rodgers, he doesn't need to pass a lot to win games for the Jets. But the point I want to make is that he will pass a lot if he needs to. Yes. And so you look at the schedule and you say to yourself, okay, I look at the teams and I think we have a legitimate shot to be favored in 13 of the 17 games. There's a few here and there. I mean, you can't win them all, but there's going to be some surprises, obviously. But in those particular games, there are going to be some games that we will need to they're going to be shootouts. We'll need to pass. I mean, I'm looking squarely at the Rams game is one. Stafford and the high-powered Sean McVay offense is that we'll probably be passing a lot in that game and trying to keep up with the scores and stuff like that, as well as our division games. Sometimes those games can be kind of wild.
They can get freaky. That's a good point.
Miami Dolphins, they have a high-powered offense as well. So the fact of the matter is Aaron Rodgers does not have to pass a lot to win games, but he will. And having that option where he can turn that button on and just say, okay, we're driving down the field to score a touchdown. And, us as Jets fans, we've struggled so much with the lack of offense so long. I mean, just decrepit offenses, injury-laden, situations and we can't score a touchdown for games. We're not going to be living in that world anymore.
Thank God.
That's what makes me so happy about this upcoming season. So I wanted to put that out there. And then I wanted to ask you a question that I asked last night about which free agent do you think will be the most influential free agent in 2024 this year, in your opinion? Everything as projected right now in terms of the free agents we have currently. Which one do you think?
Yeah, my gut, again, just thinking, because I didn't know this question was coming, I have to say Tyron Smith, and maybe that's the obvious answer, but, a Hall of Fame left tackle choosing to come to the Jets and having him, I think it was a show over the weekend, having him say, "No, man, that's a fair deal. All my incentives basically are the majority, the ones that make the most money outside of the Pro Bowl and playoff ones are all playing time incentives." So he is as motivated as can be. I'm sure he wants to prove the Cowboys wrong for ditching him, because he said once he saw the contract numbers for the Cowboys or lack thereof, he's like, all right, I'm not coming back. He wants to show everyone he still has it. So to responsible for protecting the blind side of Aaron Rodgers, himself, his status in the league. That, to me, there's been a few, obviously, interesting, sexy additions all over the place. That one, to me, is the straw that stirs the drink. And thankfully, if somehow in any way he's compromised, we have Olu Fashanu break the glass as a first-round guy to come in, which is a really good position to be in. So, I would say Tyron Smith is the one that jumps out to me for that question. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. That's all I got, Boy Green. Paul, again, thank you for having me on your show. You do a great show every morning. You don't drink coffee, but I have my coffee ready every morning for you when I come in at 7:30 for my job. So
I appreciate that. Well, Tia, before we get you out of here, real quick, come on, give a plug for your Sunday shenanigans. Give us a taste. You guys just wrapped up. What was that, episode 2 last night? Give us a taste.
Episode 2, we had a special edition show for Mother's Day, and it was a twist on Mother's Day. Of course, we said, salute to all the mothers and everyone supporting all the mothers, but it was the 5 motherfuckers of Jets history that we, despised, hated. The lists were pretty good, and if you didn't catch the show live, go ahead and catch our show. It's with myself and proud New York Jets fan Nick Shine. And you can find the episode on his page, and look forward to doing more fun shows like that in the future. Sundays at 9 p.m. every Sunday 9 p.m. You can catch us there, and thank you for allowing me the opportunity to plug that.
Of course, man. Of course. Anything for you and God, the style. Once again, that shirt is phenomenal.
And
only somebody can pull that off, man. That's right. No hat. You have to let the hair flow every once in a while. The Goldilocks. I respect it. I understand it. But thanks for calling in, brother. I appreciate you.
Take care. Have a great day.
All right, you too. Beautiful. Yes. And by the way, not to spoil it, I'm seeing Zach Wilson is obviously number 1. Yeah, that got a lot of love there. A lot of love. But you guys go watch the episode. I won't spoil the list. But I appreciate you guys. That's very nice. All right. I think before we sign off, we have one more caller squeezing in buzzer beater style here, unlike the shots that were happening for the New York Knicks. Ayo, I'm just kidding. But, or am I? We'll find out a little bit later. Jake Asman joining me at 11:30. Anywho, let's go to the phone lines one more time. We got NY Jets FL joining us here on the program. What's up, buddy? No, wait, maybe not. Yep. Oh, there he is. Okay. Yep. Welcome back. How are you, man?
Thank you for getting me in under the wire, Paul. As Spectrum has been very wonky over here, and a lot of issues with the internet. It's crazy. It goes up and down. But briefly, just wanted to, when the schedule comes out, I really want to do it at Tailgate somewhere. I don't care where it is. Is there any way you can kind of, even, with or without your dad, it'd be cool to have your dad there. If he can, grace us with his, as you would say. Maybe we can get Bobby McKnight down, from Vermont, But I mean, it would be quite an interesting tailgate if you want to try to put that together. I would definitely be interested, even if it's in New Jersey. I don't care.
Yeah. I think that would be the one, is that a home Jets game somewhere in there. One game that I'm really going to have my ducks in a row to go to is the Jets-Rams, whenever that is, as long as it fits, as long as I suppose it's not on the day of the pregnancy. I guess in that chance, I'll have to flip a coin to see which one I'm going to. But Jets-Rams, that is the one to focus on. But yeah, let's do it. We've had a lot of people reach out about that, and that'd be cool to have you and meet you, all you guys, for the first time. That'd be cool. So we could set up a whole tailgate, get tickets together, do all that shish kebab. So yeah, let's as soon as the schedule comes out, let's look at some dates, and we'll try to put all something together.
Sounds good, Paul. I know you got to go, so have a great rest of the day and your show on up in Syracuse.
All right, thank you, pal. NY Jets FL joining us again. For people that do have interest in that potential tailgate, I'll have to try to put some sort of sign-up list or something together if you guys would be interested. And this would be us doing a tailgate for a Jets game. Again, I'm kind of circling that Jets-Rams game might be one of interest, but we'll see what is week one and what are some of these other ones. But I'll have to try to put together some sort of sign-up list or something to try to see interest in that, but that would be a lot of fun. So keep you guys posted on that. Schedule should be coming out on Wednesday at 8. I think we'll know a few Jet games ahead of that, like London game and a few other things, but TBD. Thanks, as always, everybody, for joining the show. Thanks again to all the well wishes over the weekend. It's good to be a dad again. It's crazy, unbelievable, awesome, surreal experience. There's no other way to put it. Thank you guys for the kind words. We will be back. Okay, look at Tio says, great idea. Boy Green Tailgate. Here I come. So, okay, like I said, I'll put together a little sign-up list and we'll make that happen. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow morning for Boy Green Daily at 7:30. Take care. God bless, everybody. Peace out. Also, before I leave, again, Jake Asman, for all you Knicks crazies, I'm going to be on my radio show solo today, The Man Show, Boy Green. Score 1260, score1260.com, or for free on the Score 1260 app. And the call online, you guys will have to write this down for later, 315-671-1260. Those are the digits to call into the show. Jake Asman joins me at 11:30 to talk all things New York Knicks today on my radio show in Syracuse, which, by the way, is getting on 10 to 12, Monday through Friday. So I'll be seeing you guys. Got to travel to the radio station, but God bless. We'll see you. Peace.